Solo backpacker here on a Friday afternoon. I managed to get off work and make it to the trailhead by 4 o'clock. And it was tough. I did everything. I came in early, I did all the traffic tricks, and I was able to get to the Switzer Fall parking lot. I'm going to the Bear Canyon Trail Camp, and it's 4.5 miles. Just a little ways past the falls. I think a mile and a half past the falls. Anyhow, packing the ULA bag, CDT, and thanks for coming along. I'll check in with you in a little bit. Take care. This is a pretty scenic hike. I did about 2 miles of it with my family a few weeks ago. But this is the wooden bridge at the east end of the parking lot. And now we're on the trail. That's what I just came through. And then this ridge route action started. Solo backpacker here. As always, I am racing the sun. Going to a campground I've never been to. Enjoying the adventure. Thanks for coming along. Here's some signage sponsored by the Orange County Boy Scouts of America High Adventure Council in 1998. And that's if you're headed that way. But we're headed this way into Bear Canyon. And I think Bear Canyon Trail Camp's about a little under 2 miles from here. And again, this is where the station fire in 2009 burnt out all the big trees, which I guess were stands like you see in that saddle over there. But I'm going to push on, and I appreciate you coming along on a Friday night. Take care. Another one of these. I'm going to love it coming back tomorrow morning. Really steep descending trail. If you see it cut on the side of the hill down there, you can see we're going to drop 1,200 feet real quick here. Maybe more. Okay, pushing on into Bear Canyon. Look at that. Serious flash flood action running across the trail here. I'll show you. Hate to be there when that wall of water hits. Let's carve that rock smooth. It's a bad place to fall. But there's not a whole lot of good places. Pushing on. I'm hearing young people, what sounds like young people, playing in the pools down below. So, I hope it's not a Children of the Corn situation, but apparently people come back here. I'm feeling pretty good about it. So from Switzer's picnic area, I got to the bottom of Bear Canyon in about an hour. And the trail camp's supposed to be about a mile and a half downstream. The falls are this way. And I think I'll check them out in the morning. I'm losing daylight quick here. You're in this narrow, shadow-prone, shady canyon. I gotta get to the trail camp and set up camp. But it's beautiful back here. And I really appreciate you guys coming along. There's the trail descending into the canyon. First stream crossing once we're in the canyon. And hopefully we'll be at the trail camp pretty quick. Let's push on. Look how bright the sun is reflecting off this rock wall right here. Oh my gosh, it went from Sleepy Hollow to Camelot. Pretty cool. This is a pretty good secret glen here. Raspberries. Looks like a leprechaun's path. But I like it. Bear Canyon, as opposed to Bear Creek in the San Gabriels. This is off the 2, right past Mount Wilson. And Switzer's picnic area is where you park. And you take the trail to Bear Canyon. And you do what I do. Keep walking. That's one of the best rock slides I've ever seen. If that water wasn't snow yesterday, I'd give it a shot. Looks like it empties out into a 4 or 5 foot pool, and it looks like smooth sailing on the old derriere. Maybe the kids come back here and really enjoy this. Yet, there's not a whole lot of trash. And actually, I haven't seen anybody for a while now, as the trail gets rougher and rougher. Oh, here's another one. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, that is some rock slide action. Oh, that's really cool. I'm liking Bear Canyon. Pushing on. I'm just gonna say it. There's an oasis in Bear Canyon. It's gorgeous. Look at that slide. That's the 3rd one I've seen downstream from the falls. This is a gorgeous area. If I don't find that trail camp soon, I'm camping right there on that sandbar at the base of that waterfall. I'm loving life. But for now, I'm going to continue exploring. Thanks for coming along. Man, that's gorgeous. One quick note about sites like this, in these narrow canyons. There have been times when I camp at the base of waterfalls, and like this, there'll be like a narrow trail. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I'll see a dark shape at night traversing the trail, sometimes accompanied by a bad odor, and that is a bear. And it's only happened a handful of times, but I don't know. They want to stay away from us, and we want to stay away from them. But isn't that a gorgeous spot to camp? But if you do camp there, you might have momentary company, which ain't a bad thing. Wow, more amazingness. Little jacuzzi right there, and then it empties out into the main pool. Pretty janky trail. I gotta check this pool out for trout. There's another great place to camp, huh? I'm gonna push on. Okay, I came down Bear Canyon, and Bear Canyon continues through here to the trail camp. But right here is the headwaters of the Arroyo Seco. This runs through the Rose Bowl and Pasadena. But this is my first time at the headwaters of the Arroyo Seco. It's beautiful. Someday I'm going to do that hike to Pasadena. Or as far as I can get. But since I started late, I'm going to stick with the original plan. Solo backpacker, thanks for coming along. And here's a view for all of us of the headwaters of the Arroyo Seco, where the Arroyo Seco splits from Bear Canyon Creek. Pretty cool. I've been bushwhacking for the last 10 minutes, and I came across the sign. So awesome. I don't think I'm wasting my time. But I don't think many have cut this trail this year. Pushing on. I don't know, guys. I think I've hiked farther than 4.5 miles. But it's too late to go back. I believe they locked the gate to the parking lot at 8 o'clock, and I won't make it back to the car by 8. I've been hiking about 3 hours now. So I'm going to push on, keep going up Bear Canyon, and look for a place to camp. I saw a place about a mile back. That's my safety valve. But maybe I'll find something cooler up ahead. But I'm in it pretty thick, pretty deep, and I don't see any other footprints. I only see animal prints. All right, I'm pushing on a trail that's barely marked. Might be a game trail. Having a good time. Thanks for coming along. Let's see where the Wonderland takes us. Well, I kept the faith, stayed the course, and made it to Bear Canyon Trail Camp. And there's nobody here on a Friday night, which is cool. Looks pretty nice. I'm gonna set up camp, filter some water, do a little exploring, and invite you guys to a campfire. I have a fire permit, and they do have fire rings and stoves here. But after watching Brent work so hard to maintain that fire at the Narrows, I'm going to make a little fire in my Vargo stove on that bench. And I've got a fire plate that protects the bench from heat. But about to set up my camp. You see I drug that picnic table over there. I'm going to camp at the point right there. Should be cool. Okay, I'll show you my camp after I set it up. What a gorgeous Friday evening here in Bear Canyon. Before it gets too dark, let me show you my camp. You can see where I drug a picnic table closer to this point right here that I kind of like. It's a nice little lookout. I'm going to make a smaller fire. I'm not going to be using the fire pits or the stoves. And they have a few of these. I think they have 3 of these here, 3 pairs of these. No, I'm going to be camping at this point because there's a great view at the point. I'm going to set my chair up there and making a small Vargo fire because I don't want to work for my fire. I want my fire to work for me. But there's my backpack empty, my windbreaker, my scarf, my gloves, a sweater, a synthetic sweater, and my goose feet down pillowcase over an inflatable pillow. It's my Thermarest quilt, and I have a Nemo Tensor uninsulated air mattress. So it's the second to the last weekend in May, and it's a really nice day. I'm going to set up some dinner action right here and some lights. I'll check back with you in just a little bit. But we made it. Bear Canyon Trail Camp. And it's pretty nice. I didn't go too crazy this trip with meals. I got some coffee right here and some hot chocolate. I have some fettuccine and chicken from Backpacker's Pantry. I've got a dessert, apple cinnamon crisp. I got some miso soup, a couple Cliff Bars, some tea. So that's really all I got. And some stuff for breakfast. Like I said, this is a pretty quick trip. You've all seen this action before. Boiling some water, getting ready for dinner. But it's going to be a nice night. Bear Canyon Trail Camp. It's my first time here. And Bear Canyon's awesome. I'll be exploring this all summer. I want to continue on up and see how far it goes. But it's a nice trail camp. It doesn't have amenities, but it has fire pits and stoves. And I'll be making a fire in here, a stick and twig fire, because I don't want to work too hard for a fire tonight. It's just me. Well, dinner is ready. And here's what it looks like. Not bad. Chicken Alfredo. Backpacker's Pantry. I haven't done freeze-dried meals in a while, and I forgot how easy and hassle-free they were to make. Yeah, it actually, since I got into camp so late, it's actually kind of cool. And maybe because I haven't done it in a while. But, yeah, fire's working for me. Got a little pile of sticks that should last a while. And it should be a really nice night. Thanks a lot for coming along.
Good morning. Waking up at Bear Canyon Trail Camp. There's my quilt, some of my gear. I love these T10 flashlights. They're great. They make great lamps. Through Night is the company that makes it. But I got my backpack, my pillow. I'm about to get up. But it was a great night. Oh. Good morning. I always do this every trip. I examine the things I brought that I didn't use, and I brought way too much food. The weather's changing. I didn't need the gloves, the scarf, or the windbreaker. I didn't need the sweater, extra socks and underwear, and a chair. So quite a bit, maybe half my load I didn't need. My pack was light. You know, I probably had a 14 or 16 pound pack weight with water. But you gotta charge yourself, otherwise you won't get better. And you know, when you hike light, you can go farther. You enjoy it so much more. I've really become a convert over the last few years, and it's probably because, you know, I've already pushed past 50, but still feeling strong. And I think I'd feel stronger if I'd leave some stuff at home. No, I think I always want to take a windbreaker because you never know what you're going to encounter. Gloves, you know, they're not just to keep you warm. These are these insulated mechanic gloves. They can protect you through bushwhacking. Socks and underwear, probably the scarf you have to bring. But on this trip, I probably could have brought a lot less food because there's picnic tables here, and I didn't know that. I didn't need the chair and the sweater, which is really a heavier shirt. I didn't need. I'm not even wearing a jacket right now. So just some lessons learned. You know, you got to charge yourself, and you can usually make your next trip even more enjoyable. As the weather's changing, as it is right now, I need to adjust. But thanks for coming along. Okay, back at the car at the Switzer's picnic area. And hiking out, I ran into a couple cool dudes, Art and Ed. So shout out to you guys. And unfortunately, behind you, I saw a group of senior Asian backpackers, about 14 of them, and they had the most technical gear you can imagine. So it looked like they had done it a lot. And behind them was a Boy Scout troop of no less than 24 people. So there's probably going to be 36 or 40 people at Bear Canyon Trail Camp tonight. But it was a great trip. I had a good time. The hike out made it seem not as long as when I was going in for some reason, probably because I had good light. Thanks for coming along. You can see that gorgeous wilderness is right at your fingertips. There's downtown LA. 3 o'clock, and I still had time to take my family to Disneyland. You ready, Andrew?
Yeah.
All right.